Mm. Hello, Het. How you going? Just getting set up. ToBy'S.com. I think we had it like this last week. At practice models. All right, bit to get through today. And try and get through one of each tier models, which means let's have a look at these filters. Not completed. Does it tell us how many? 101 not completed, 96 completed. Not bad. And then, are there any tier 10s? No. Tier 9, no. 8. Tier 7, no. There's 4 tier 6 models. So we'll go through those. One of those. And we'll start with a warm up with the tier 1. Get them out of the way. We'll build up. Finish with a tier 6. And maybe get a speed run in. See how it goes. So tier 1. Click to begin. Templates open. Reveal. And we get this window open. Okay. Millimeters. Aluminium. And so something simple like this can be done all on a single facing. And we're going to go out to the side with the dimension and up, across, up, across with the dimension, down, make that vertical, give it a 50 mil dimension, put it in a 145, and then extrude that 32 millimeters, and that's our answer, 327. That is correct. Nice and easy start. Let's see if we can get it fast. Hello, Gummy. Thanks for joining. All right, we'll try this one again. Oh, I've got to save it. We'll just save it. Put this back. We'll just have it a Chrome freeze. SolidWorks is working, yes. Why are you not this year in the tournaments? Thank you. Thanks for the question. Great question. The main issue for me is the time zone of the tournaments. They essentially run at 4 a.m. my time. So it makes it, or 2 a.m. It makes it really, really difficult. I'd love to be in. I will consider it for the World Champs coming up, but unsure if I will or not. It kind of depends on what I'm doing that time of year when they come up. But it was a lot of fun last year, coming second, and I think I'm probably getting better. So who knows? Okay, stuff looks like it's working again now. So we'll try a speed run of this one. It's really all about the dimension that we can get. We can start with the file open, and 3, 2, 1, go. Front plane. I think if I go this way, I might be able to get it quicker. If I knew those numbers, I would definitely get it quicker. 145. Oh, I've got my number wrong. What have I done wrong here? It's not 45. That's my mistake. We'll have to start again. It's 135. So it's at 145. That means this would be 35. Quick one. Start again. 3, 2, 1. Go. 50. 25. Down, across. Down 30. Across. Make it horizontal. Put 100 in. And put a 35 in. Is that right? 32, 327, done. Yep, very quick hit. It's a nice, easy practice one. Let's move on. Tier 2. What we might need on the website is an easy button to get back. Perhaps. All right, next model. 240810. It's a machined part. What's the quickest time on this? 48 seconds. So we'll try and get there. Let's give it a go. First one, practice. Second one, the speed run. So on the first one here, what can we see in this shape? It's all, I'd say, you can do pretty much everything from this side view apart from the holes and the fillets. It is millimeters in aluminium alloy. Yeah, one sketch profile. You could do half of it as well, but doing half will just save you doing one hole and one fillet. It's probably quicker to mirror. I think we learned that last week. So we should do it that way, which means we'd start on the front plane. And then if I look at all the numbers, it probably works best if I go, well, we'll work it out. 110, 30 up. I don't know this number, so I have to work that one out, which is 110 minus 35. Like that, 75. Down 10. Cross 15. We don't know this number either. We can go get that in there, 65. So that one is 20. Something's popped up somewhere off screen. It's under this. Oops. Under this. No. On one of my screens somewhere, it has popped up to say, there we go, it's driven. Pardon me for mucking about there. Yep, driven. And this, 45. And then we do half. So half the width is 109 divided by 2. And do a radius on this edge. So a fillet, which will be 20. And then we want to do a hole here. And the hole is going to be 15, 35 from the middle, and 15 from the top. Then we're doing a through cut. And then we mirror. That's our answer. 1100. Let's make that a little bit bigger. All right, so pretty neat. Let's get the color right. All right, so one thing that I did after recording the live stream last week is I went through the live stream afterwards and I timestamped all the practice runs and all the speed runs, and I linked all the practice runs to the community tutorials on the website and all the speed runs into the speed run database there against the submitted times. And I did that in half an hour after the video had done, and then change the screen, change the thumbnail afterwards too. Probably make that image a bit more interesting. Yeah, but that just saved, meant that everything was there ready for anyone else that missed the stream or anyone else that jumps on the practice models to have a run afterwards if they got stuck. 1100.06 het, very good. Nice one, mate. All right, so how can we do this? Well, let's first save it. 2024-08-10, simple jig. And now how to speed that up. That one took us 3 minutes, but we would want to do this in under a minute. I think the dimensions for this are okay. I think that radius is okay. I think a lot of it is on this sketch. I want to just do this sketch as quickly as possible. I wonder if you could do it with rectangles. So I've seen that sometimes where instead of doing all that line work, you just do a couple of rectangles, not like that, like this. Okay, and then it's an extrude, and you select the contours. And that could be quicker than sketching all these segments, as long as you can get the dimensions correct. Now, if we want to do it that way, we have to do 110 by 30, 65 by 20, and 10 by 15. So what did I say? 30 by 110. And then we're going 65 by 20. And then we're going 50. No, I've got it wrong. 15 by 10. And then we select the segments and extrude. That could be pretty quick. You don't have to trim away. This is not best practice modeling. This is speed modeling, and that's the difference. All right, so try and remember those numbers. 65, 110. Sorry, 110 by 30, 65 by 20, 15 by 10. And it's always the upper number first. Yeah. Okay, so let's try that. Submit. And we'll start our file. And we're going to press refresh. Gummy, absolutely. Let's see how you go against me when I'm going fast. So I have 2 runs at least of each model. The first one's a practice, and I work out the strategy to go fast. And the second one is the speed attempt, and that's what I'm about to do right now. So I'm doing this model, 2408 10 simple jig. Now, some of the models, most of the models I'm doing are the premium models. So if you don't have the premium subscription, you won't be able to look at them on your own screen, but you can look at them on my screen as we're doing this. So it's a good way to see some of the premium models from Toby. All right, ready, set, go. Now, front, and we're going 30 by 110. Then we're going 65 by 20. Then we're going 10 by 15. And we're going to extrude 54.5. These 3 contours. We're going to radius this one to 20. We're going to put a hole on this one of 15 and dimension it 15 from the top and 35 from the middle. Extrude cut that. We're going to mirror. And then we've got our number, 42 seconds. This was Artse, his recommendation last week to mirror everything. I think it's the way to go for any time we see symmetry. It felt pretty fast. How'd you go? Yeah. I'm going to submit that time. And we'll move on to the next one, which will be a tier 3. So we go top 100, and we can see we got that top spot here. Be good. Right, so Toby, what the site needs is a back to go to the other premium models, or back to the models. Go play and learn, practice models. And our next one is a tier 3. So let's scroll down, not completed. We're going to do a tier 3 model. This is a 3D print one, it says. Skills tested, patterns, rib, shell, symmetry, thin walls. Interesting. Top 100, fastest time, 1:27. Wolfman. So that's going to be our time to beat. No community tutorials yet, so we'll do a tutorial for this one. Let's give it a go. So this is the easy one to follow along. All right, we have a ABS part in millimeters. And let's have a look. We can see some symmetry. So immediately I'm thinking to do some mirroring of bodies, mirroring of features, particularly with those 44 dimensions, those walls. Probably want to make those a bit smaller. Simplify like the model by not doing all of those. If we only do a quarter of this thing, it's going to take us a lot less time. I'm going to start with, let's just do this top left corner. And so for dimensions, we can go 206 divided by 2 and 324 divided by 2. And that gives us our sort of quadrant. Now there's a radius of 40 on the outer corner. Cheers, Gummy. Yep, just do your best. And you can always, if you can pause the live stream, I think you can. But you can always come back to the recording afterwards. I'll have everything timestamped so you can come back to the exact model you're on. All right, so what can we do here? I think I'm just going to try and model it, like get it working. It's 30. I have to exit the fillet tool first before extruding, and I go 35 up. And so the walls and the ribs are 6 mil. And it has this radius on the outside, which is 15. And so if I did a shell here, it's 6 millimeters. My problem would be that when I mirror this, all right, so let's say I'm mirroring like this. You can see in the middle I've got like a double thickness, which we don't want. We want half that. It's interesting, this 3-dimension here in sort of that bottom left view. I wonder what that's related to. I guess it's half the wall thickness. But the way to get around that is to edit the shell and to only put a 3 mil wall on these two faces. All right, so then when you mirror, they'll all be 6. And then before I mirror, the other thing I want to do is put in, all right, back to the top view. I want to do another rib. And I want to get this one in the right spot. It's 44 millimeters, which means from here to here. I just want to do it as a line. And the 44 is from the inside face. But I need to include the thickness of the rib, so I have to take 3 mil off. It's actually going to be 41. Make sure it's not on the midpoint. So that'll end up being, or no, do I go? Actually, if we can go on the midpoint, that's going to save us a lot of time because then we don't have to dimension it. There's a couple of options for midpoint. I'm going to try and attempt a thin feature, which means I want it to extrude it one way or the other. Now, if I want the mid plane, it's probably better to do one side. So if I make this, if I did this line again and I did it from the outside, where would it be? 48.5, that's not a good number. If I did it from, I think there's 2 midpoints there. And so what's happening is there's a midpoint to this line, which is here. And there's a midpoint to this line, which is a bit to the side of that. So I can select one or the other. Let's say I select the bottom one. That's at 42.5. That's not a good number for me because I want 41 or 44 or 47. So if I select that midpoint, that dimension's 47, which means I could do my extrude mid-plane. What that means is I go extrude like this. No, I don't want to close the sketch. My thin feature is going to be 6 millimeters, mid-plane, up to next. So what I'm left with is 44. So then when I roll down the mirror, if that's then all finished and correct, that should be the answer, 738, which is correct. Okay. That's a neat one. Another yellow color. We'll change the color slightly. Light yellow. Everyone follow along on that one? A couple of tips about mirroring and patterning. Well, we didn't use pattern at all, did we? So, walled tray. But we did it in 5 steps, so pretty neat. I think our dimensioning is pretty quick. 162 by 103. Extrude up 35. Fillet 15. Shell with custom wall thicknesses on 2 spots. Extrude thin. Mirror. Let's have a go at the fast one. And it is a millimeters ABS. All right. We're going to try again. Add time to beat. Can't remember. Was it a minute something? Minute 47? Minute 27. Very tight. All right. Top plane, top corner. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Top. Wrong rectangle to start. What's the height? 103 by 324 divided by 2. Radius 40. Extrude up 35. Fillet of 15. Shell of 6. And multi-thickness of 3. Top sketch. Come on. Where's my marker? This line to here. Extrude. No, we don't want to close it. We want to make it 6 mil. We go mid-plane up to next. Then we want to mirror. Secondary face plane. Body, copy. Done. Oh, where's my weight? 738. Probably costs us getting under a minute. Not having that custom properties open, but oh, that was pretty quick. Now let's submit. That is another one, top 100. Very good. All right, let's go to see how we can go against the really fast guys here. What's the most recent one of these featured challenge practice models? Minute 17, tier 4 sheet metal. No, thank you. Let's do this one. Tier 3. 300 people have had a go. Not bad. Can't I scroll? This got a bit of a delay. Thanks, Gummy. Appreciate it. Just got a bit of a hold up on Google Chrome for a second. Are we back? We're getting back. Thank you. All right, here we go. We'll practice first. Work out the strategy, and then we'll have a speed run attempt. So millimeters ABS. So symmetry. But and there's a hole and a hex cut with a counterbore. Jeez. All right. All right. This is a challenge for sure. We'll just model it first and then see how we can make it faster afterwards. Won't be like that. So 50, 80, 30, 52, 111 between them. Make sure they're in line. We want to draw. How's the best way to do that shape? 10 mil thickness. Would it be a slot? Could be. That's probably a better way than doing that other dimension as well. So if I delete that, and then I do this, 10 by, no, it won't put it in. All right. Tangent line. Yeah, like that. I'm going to assume it's mirrored, but there's also this square section on the bottom. So we've got to put that on. The square section. The intersection of 3 edges. Okay. Well, that's going to tell us the height. So I've got to mirror this first. I can't mirror it around a slot, but I can mirror it around the top plane. Is that right? Don't know. Don't know. Might be wrong. The bottom of this is 60 from the center. And the width of the whole thing is 44. The midpoint is straight up there. So yeah, that tangent line is definitely not mirrored because it comes to there. Very tricky. So we could make that for construction. Now, if we have a go at extruding this, most of it's 70. I want to go mid-plane. Gonna have to select circles like that, aren't I? 70, The rib section is 10. Yeah. Then there's a slot in between, which I didn't draw in. I'll have to draw. That is 6 millimeters. I can do something like that. I'll have more sections to select. That's okay. Okay, so that's all of that shape. Then we've got the counterbore, which is the hole. The center line for that's 14. And there's a couple of fillets. Radius 9. So I want to select all 4 of those. And then on this face, we want to do the hole. And I almost think it could be Hole Wizard. It's probably the best way of doing it. Custom sizing. So the hole itself is 11. Then the counterbore, 16. Depth of the counterbore is 10. Position is 14 from the bottom. And then it's got a hexagon on this side, which is 17. And it's horizontal. And it is 10 millimeters deep. So that's our answer, 431. Oh. And we'd have to get it under a minute. Whoops. Close the wrong thing. There we go. So we have a look at our time. The quickest times, yeah, minute 18. Don't really like. Those are too fast. We might be able to get under a minute 43. Get in the top 4. Gray from Russia, very fast. How do we speed it up? The only thing that's symmetry here is the fillets on these 2 faces. So we don't save a lot of time by mirroring. Everything else can just be mid-plane and that's fine. Maybe the sketch could be quicker. I think. Yeah, maybe the sketch. Save a lot of time in the sketch. Let's just give it a go. First we'll save it though. Another yellow model. Get the picture. Okay, this is website. Okay. The answer is 431. Let's give it another go. What was the material? ABS. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, hold on, gotta redo this window. It's gonna screw me. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, front plane. Big circles first. 80, 50, 30, 52, 1 on 1. Get it horizontal. Let's do our slot. Make it 10. Do another slot down this way. Make that 6. The rectangle. 60 from the center. And 44. Just make that one for construction to save us. Tangent. And tangent. That one didn't want to go tangent. Now we extrude 70, mid-plane, selecting these areas. Cool. And same again. This time 10, mid-plane. And we missed the first bit down here, this one. Boom, boom. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to select these. They're all going to be 9. Have we got everything? I just want to select this face, do a hole wizard. I just need to get the position. 14. And then a hexagon on this side, which is 17 and horizontal. And it is 10 deep. And then we've got our answer, 431. 2 minutes. Nowhere near those guys, but not bad. Not bad. We are top 6. That's reasonable. Hello, Jern. Nice to see you, Jern. How are you? We are working our way through difficulty tiers today, and we're just about to hit tier 4. And good morning, Marco. It's good night, evening for me. Nearly 10 p.m. Just getting warmed up though. All right. Tier 4 is next. Quick drink. Oh, I will be back in 2 minutes. Apologies. We are back. Let's go. Tier 4 model. I'm going to skip the sheet metal. We'll do sheet metal one day, not today. All right. Red oak. Not many red oak files going around, but we've got one set up. Now, symmetry a little bit, but a lot of this is really in the sketch and the routed profile, which is very interesting. Let's start with just getting the dimensions right. So I wonder if we add on the profile or remove it afterwards. The profile looks like a part of a circle that's swept. It's a semicircle. So if we did everything apart from the semicircle, we'd be good, but the dimensions we've got, I think they include that profile. Let's do this. We're going to go hole to hole. And then 20. And then we're going to come down and go all the way across to the end. And then from here, we're going to go, I'm going to guess this is 25 down, up at an angle, straight, and with a curve. And then we put those slots in afterwards. So let's get some dimensions. 200. 45. 45. And got 35 here to here. Radius at 80. And what's the height of that? 35. All right, so that shape's fully defined. Then we can put our slots in. So we come down 16. Does it want to work for me? I don't know. 25. Yep. And then another one, we're coming down 26 and going out 40. And then we just need to put the center points in 75 and 140. Right, so that's fully defined. Now, that's a section AA is right through the middle. So after we do an extrude here, then we have to cut the detail. Maybe. I'm going to extrude it the full width, which is, should we do half? No. 35 mid-plane. That. Those counterbore holes are going to be tricky. And I need to put those fillets in as well. So there's a R30 here and here. The sweep is just along the bottom. It is, and the detail is 22 wide with a semicircle. So I think we can probably do is do our circle, put it along the origin, make it tangent, draw in, probably you want to draw a rectangle here. Like this. Will that work? Can we sweep cut? Yeah, we need a proper path for this, which I think if we move it off this edge, we'll have better luck. 20. And cut those. So then that could be our shape that we sweep. Now I go sweep cut. That's the profile. The path is this going to be this edge. Okay. Bit dark, isn't it? There we go. That looks better. Then we need to do our holes. Like, I'm happy with all of that shape now. I think we're good. Dimensions. So it's counterbore 16, 8mm depth, 2 places. I'd love to hole wizard it, but I can't hole wizard on that face. I can hole wizard on this face, but I have to do it like a far side countersink. I know how to do it with normal cuts. Yeah, I like the sweep detail. It's quite tricky. Like I could do this quite easily, I think, without worrying about a hole wizard. So I'll put one hole here and one here. Those are going through all, or 35 is enough. And then the same holes again, but 16, and they are offset 8mm. That should be our answer, 239. Yeah. It is a very, very cool challenge through Tier 4. Wooden curtain bracket. Okay. So how do we get it quicker? Top 100, top time, 4 minutes. I think we can beat that comfortably. That's not too bad. I'd be really concerned if it was 2 minutes. 4 minutes is okay. There's only 5 features. A lot of it's in the dimensions, which we worked out pretty straightforward. I think doing those hole positions works pretty well. Let's give it a go. Red oak millimeters, right. So red oak millimeters, start. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's all about the dimensions. Setting this first sketch up. 105, 20. Then we're coming down all the way out here. Nice arc, straight line, down and up. This up was 25. This was 35. This was 45. This was 35. 80. Tangent. Oh, what's wrong? That there. And then 200. Okay. That's the first lot of dimensions done. And we'll do our slots. So it was 16, move the cursor 25, and then it was 26, move the cursor 40, and then we've got to dimension them. The first one's 75, and the next one 140. Then we're going to extrude it. We're going to go mid-plane 35, select all these contours, good. Get our fillets in. Our radiuses were 30. Do our cut. We're doing a 22 mil and just move this off to the side. There to there, 11. Make that 20. Put that in the middle. And trim. Not fully defined, but it's in the right spot. Let's fully define it anyway. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Equal. So we've got that selected, swept cut, select selection manager, tangency, okay, cut, and then holes. Just want to show these so we can go 10. Extrude through all, and then same again, but 16 through all. That's our number 237. Oh, we've stuffed up something. 238. Didn't round off. 248. With a few seconds up our sleeve. Offset. Big holes. Ah, the tolerance. You're right, mate. Yeah, that's a bit of a blue by Toby, isn't it? Because I've got 2, 3. We'll have another go because we'll go quicker, right? But yeah, I completely stuffed up the holes. Good spotting. But the tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. I mean, we're well within that. So that one hasn't quite passed the test. But yeah, that was supposed to be offset 8. 239. Yeah, 1. Yeah, if I round it up, it works. All right, but we'll have to do that again and go faster. And I'll make it a bit lighter too. Close that, start a new one, red oak. We're just going to turn on this extra light, resave template. Not templates. So it's red oak, save. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go for under 2 minutes 30. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 105, 20, down, out, radius 80, click, straight line, down, up, 25, 35. These two can be perpendicular and equal. This can be 45. This is 200. Okay, let's put those radiuses in. 9? No, it's 30. Let's put the slots in. 16 and 25. And then 26 and 40 and 75 and 140. Now we're going to extrude it, and we're extruding 35 mid-plane. Here's our contour. Okay, and then we can put our sketch here, which is 22 and a rectangle. Don't need to fully define it. Do want to fully define that and that. Tangent, trim. Let's skip it. Swept cut. Selection. Edge. Tangent. Okay. Oh dear. I don't want to do it. Why wouldn't I want to do it? Because it's not fully defined? It's annoying. We'll have to start again. What does this want? It wants those to be equal. In line. Maybe because it's too big. I think that was the issue. Make that 20. And then we can swept cut it. Yeah, okay. Now what we need to do now, we start again. Refresh. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Run. Oh, 105, 20, 35, straight. Apologies for the repetitiveness. We want to be fast. This is how to do it. Make less mistakes each time. And get a little bit quicker. And try and remember the dimensions. That helps a lot too. 35 mid-plane contour. All right, so we'll do this quicker this time. So we're going to go there, out, 11, 20, cut, okay, swept cut, selection manager, select this edge, tangent, okay, and then it's holes time. So we're doing 2 10mm holes through all, and then 2 16mm holes that are offset 8mm. Go offset, flip 8, number 239. Boom. Under 2 minutes. And submit. Nice one. Nice and fast. Number one. There we go. Thank you, Marco. That was pretty good. All right, on to the Tier 5 model for today. The filters are looking brilliant. Very happy with these. We have quite a few Tier 5s we haven't done. We will do this 241008 machined part, which is here. Now, first time round, we'll do a practice, work out the strategy, and then after that, we'll have a go at speed modeling it. Fastest time is 2:54. Let's begin. Okay. During the World Champs, this was done and they did it in 11 minutes. Jack Brackett. We've done this one before. We have done it before. There's a good chance I've done it before following the tournament, but not actually in the practice models app. So I reckon a lot of these dimensions could be different. Let's just have a look at the first one. We see from this top view, 165 center to center. It's the same dimensions. Well, this is how we did it then. What would we do different now? We would definitely mirror. We would definitely do it with symmetry to save doing all this extra detail on one side. I think that the holes are probably still the right way to go. The hole wizards. But a lot of that other detail, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it a bit of a more efficient way, I think. All right, so millimeters, plain carbon steel, top view. So let's start down the bottom. That's 80 on the outside, and the top one is 52, but it doesn't quite go to the edge. And I can tell that from like this detail right here and up here as well. I don't really want to draw it like that. I need to draw it to the, it's 56 to the edge, 28 to the edge. So maybe the way to do it is the central hole. And then I'm drawing a line out here. I'm probably drawing this hole on the side, which is 40. It's got a through of 28. And then it's got a through of 28 and an outside of 56. And that outside comes to here, like that. So those are aligned. I probably don't need this hole at all then. Skip it. And then a tangent line from between these two. And then this dimension, 165. Is there an angle? Hmm. 142 center to center. So this one is 142 divided by 2. That's what gets the angle. Now there is a hey Matab, nice to see you. Thanks for jumping in. You've missed most of it. We're on the tier 5 model. We've worked our way tier 1 to tier 6. And we've been pretty fast so far. This is our tier 5 model for today. We've got one more after this. Oh, we'll see. If we've got more time, we've been going pretty fast. We might do a few more. So, like it's a rib running through the middle. I've also got that hole. We could here do the size of that, which is 52. Put the line between them. That is 8 millimeters. And then there's the cut, which is something like this. They're parallel. 14. 40. And 37. With two 17mm radiuses. There and there. Yeah, it's a good model. All right. So that's what we need in the sketch. We might be able to make that quicker later. I can see something's wrong here. I need to fix that. That's because I've got the outside circle. I don't have the smaller circle, which is the 54. So this one actually gets trimmed away. And that should come all the way down. Like that. So that joins to there. That splits. Is that enough to sketch it now or to extrude it now? Probably. So let's see how that goes. So the first extrude is the bottom level where we're coming up 18. It's everything there. We want to include this. And then this is where it'll take a bit of practice to work out exactly the best way to do it. We're going to have this one at the front come up 59. The one at the back come up 107. It's this one. The one in the corner comes up 37. It's this one. Then the rib in the middle I think we might skip sketching that entirely. Get rid of that. So we'll join this shape up. And then we'll be here on this face. It says 55 to the rib and 12-degree angle. Question is, will the rib work? It is 8 millimeters. We have to go one side, 8 millimeters. Yeah, it doesn't intersect. How did we do it last time? Yeah, it won't work on the bottom. Although I'd say last time we did an extrude and then I drafted it. Aha. That's reasonable. So if we want to do it that way, then here's a way that we could do it. It is 55. So we could just go on the top plane. I can extrude up 55. Or is it going to work? Let's see. And then we go 12. Something's just happened. SolidWorks did not like what I just tried, unfortunately. Well, that's a lot of fun. Thought we're making pretty good progress on this one. I don't know why I didn't like it, but it does not like whatever's happening. See you, SolidWorks. All right, autosave, did it? Did you, SolidWorks? Did you autosave? Look at that. Look what it saved. Isn't that nice? What a joke. All right, start again. We learned a lot from that one though. Plain carbon steel, millimeters, and we can race through it. Okay, so we're going to start circle on the bottom, which is 80, and the second circle, 54. Circle up the top here, 56, 28, or 40. We actually don't need the 28, we'll just do the 40, I think. And then we put one in the middle here, which is going to be 52. We're going to then draw a line top to here. That's going to be horizontal. And then from here to here, tangent. These two are going to be horizontal. And from center to center is 165. And then from center to center is 142 divided by 2. Trim on the outside, trim the inside, and we're going to draw the shape that is there. Parallel 14, go 40 and 37. 17, couple of radiuses. All right, back to where we were, and then we can extrude it, and we'll go through all those again. 18. Now we want to turn that on and do section by section. So one's 54 there. And then we have a 37 back here. Now I've missed something wrong there. That's why I need the 20. That's why I need the 28. Yeah, so trim that. Okay. That's that one. 107 here. Let's save. Oh. Don't want to lose it all again. What was it called? Jack bracket. All right, we won't lose it this time. So here's what I was going to show. We're going to do a straight slot from here to here. We're just going to do the width. We're going to extrude it up 55. Now what's gone wrong here on this one? That should be 59. And now if we go front draft 12, yeah, that works, and that's reasonably fast. And then the only other thing we're missing is this rib across the back. And I think we did a similar thing with draft for that one. Split line. Yeah. 85 and 30. Tricky. How could we do that faster? It's the same height as this, so putting a split line and drafting there and doing it one side it's not that slow. What we want to see in this is we'd be doing something like this with the 8mm dimension. And then we just have to get all our sections okay. So this one is where we include this selection. And that's a bit annoying. And that 107 becomes like that. That's all right. And then we're just doing a split line here. $85 split, and then drafting up. 75. Be the right plane, draft 75. Right. Draft 75. Edge of a direction. Not like that. Other face. Like that. Okay, then we've got whole mirror. And then, that draft. It's a bit funny there. It's got a curve to it. It's probably still within tolerance, but it's not perfect. So we'll probably have to come back and fix that. Hole wizard. This is a counterbore. That one is going to be 20, 36, 24. Position is here. And this one is countersunk with 20 by 40 here. I think that looks correct. Five, 6, 9, 5. We'll find out. 5, 6, 9, 5. That is correct. Took us a while, but we got there. But we want to fix that draft. We want to fix that in the middle. Not quite happy with that detail. You could probably do a rib and then cut the hole. So if this included that section, and then we did a rib, it's 55, 12, rib, 8 millimeters. That's the way to do it. And then I'm going to cut. We want to have that line in to avoid for the cut, where it gets annoying doing the sections like this. We have to select that section, and then we can do the cut through all, selecting doesn't want to select it because they're hidden. Okay. All right, that works. But a few extra steps. All right. What's our time to beat? Let's give it a go. We won't do that one. We will do the split. We'll do everything else. Let's done it there. Let's just get our color right. And let's give it a go at the speed version. We've done it twice now, so this should be quick. Speed to beat, 254. All right. Plain carbon steel. Get our file ready. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, so we want to get our sketches right first. 80. 54. Holes over here. 56. 40. 28. And then in the middle, 52. Straight line. Shows that's in the wrong spot. Those two horizontal and 142 divided by 2 apart. This one vertical, 165. Get this to the middle, down to there, vertical, tangent. Get a shape in. Is it 14? Yep. 40, 37. 17. I don't know if we've got enough detail in here, but let's go. All right, we're giving it a go here. So we're going up 18 for all of that. And now we've got to go through 59 the front, 107 for back, 37 for, we missed that slot there. And we missed that sketch. Yeah, it's going to slow us down a bit. This was 8. Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. That one change. This is not going to be very fast. $37. Cool. Let's get that rib done. We can still save this. We can still save it. We need to do that slot. Oh, not a revolve. Cut extrude, please. And then holes. I want to do one here, which I've selected the wrong one. That's fine. 20, 36, 24. And one here. Now sunk one is 20, 40. Have we got everything done? We'll find out. No, we've missed the side rib. All right, split line, and then a draft 75. Yep, wrong way. Uh, 5, 6, 9, 4. Five minutes. Not the fastest, but reasonable. All right, I'd say, what do we say? Place the origin in that highest tower, that way you have the front and right plane to use for the ribs. Well, I've already got the right plane to use for that rib. Front plane, could I use the front plane for that rib? Yeah. Fillets at the end. I'm using Hole Wizard. Fillets at the end though. These ones. They're the only fillets. Definitely could be faster with this. I see your point there, doing that as a rib. Very good tips. Where did I sit? 5 minutes. Third. Don't use Hole Wizard, use cut extrude with draft for the holes. I like the Hole Wizard on this because you get told what the hole size is, right? The Hole Wizard numbers, 20, 36, 24, 20, 40, done. Then you just got to pick the location. So it's very fast. Main thing is, I think this rib draft here, I'm probably not going to get 2 minutes 30 though. I'm not going to get under, I could get under 3. Like I was 1 minute and 5 away. 2 minutes and 5. I made quite a few mistakes though, but that's okay. We're going to live with that, and we're going to finish off the stream with a tier 6 model. Thanks for sticking around. Let's check it out. So new filters not completed. Tier 6, we can see there's only 4 of them. Let's do this swoopy, lofty one. 1% of people have had a go. Okay. All right. Millimeters plain carbon steel. Let's just bring this up a bit bigger to talk about it first. Maybe with a screenshot. Oh, it doesn't want to go over the top of that. That's fine. There we go. Zoom in. That's a pattern. I'd do an extrude in the middle. You can see there's different heights, the pink notes here. So around here, different heights for some of those. So that's a bit tricky, but the legs on the outside are consistent. The holes are consistent. They're solid bars. They're all solid bars, apart from the thing in the middle. All right, this is good. This is just a bit of setting up with sketches, doing some sweeps, bit of pattern, and making sure you get all the dimensions correct. I like it. Let's jump in. Top plane. We're going to set up the geometry, right? So 408. for construction. And we'll do the main rod in the middle, which is 32, 26, and that starts off the ground 20 millimeters, but it goes up to 175. So what you can do is go offset 175 and then go down offset from surface top 20. All right, so you get the dimensions correct very quickly. Now they have 6.6 millimeter holes, equally spaced. So 6.6, 8 off the top, and it's probably going to be centered. So like that, through all cut, and we're going to pattern that 4 times. That's our central rod done. Now on the outside of this, we have our first sketch, and then we're going to do the path for this curve. We're going to start on that point. We're going to come up. It says 40 straight, so we'll do the 40. And we've got the radius, and then we've got where that comes to. Now it merges in the surface, so we'll just make it go to the middle to start. And we can see that this one's got a 22-degree angle, and we're going to pierce at that point there. At tube thickness, the top tube is 12 millimeters, which means that radius, which is on the bottom, is 6 mil less. So if we make that 36, we're good. And then make that tangent. So that one should be pretty straightforward, that's a sweep, circular profile, 12 millimeters. And there'll be 2 of those. What we will do is uncheck merge, and then on the right plane we'll do the next one. It's going to be a similar thing, but different angle. So vertical, it is 18 degrees. Everything else is the same. So pierce, 36, and straight section also 40. Sweep, profile, 12 millimeters, unchecked merge result. Okay. We'll do the first sketch for the solid bar to make sweep, but not yet sweep it, then make another sketch, simple line for the lower bar, straight line for sweep again. Perhaps, yeah. This is our practice run. So we'll just get the model right, and then we can look at making it more efficiently. I think I agree with you. So process, Control C, right plane, Control V. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe that's a way of making it quickly. There's an element here, like the front. We keep showing these. Show. We do that to that with, look at the dimension though. The dimension is right to the edge. And it's so difficult. 3 millimeters, offset bidirectional 3 millimeters. So you got to get a point here, get that to intersect with that edge, and dimension that as 15. That's so annoying. And then the angle there is your 5. So that's the first one. That one is also a sweep, but a 6 millimeter profile. I would merge this one with this. Appreciate the ideas, I'd say. 4 circular sweeps. I think, well, that's what I'm going to end up with. Just doing it in a slightly different way. Yeah, tier 6. This is fair enough. Let's get the, let's make sure we've got everything right before we get too caught up. They're all going to be at the same height. So like, I don't need to dimension this one, but it's going to be quicker than like grabbing that and making them horizontal. Probably quicker. And top to there is 8. Sweep, profile, 6 millimeter, merge. Okay. Have we done it right? Find out in a second. Circular pattern around the face. We're going to go 180 degrees and 2. Our bodies, 1, 2. Then we can combine everything. And use that inner circle to cut through all. And maybe that's the answer. Let's have a look. 1404. Yeah. $10 minutes. Not bad. All right, let's get some color on it and save it. And then we'll try and do a fast run and then we're done. Okay, so how can we do it faster? What's the fast time we need to beat? Top 100? Well, I put 956. Top 100. It doesn't want to show me for this model. It's weird. Maybe it's a bit buggy. Or maybe I've been logged out. No, I'm logged in. Tier 6. Yeah, this one's just not showing. Why? Why is it not showing? Don't know. IronCAD doing everything. All right. So speed. So we've got the model correct first go. That's very promising. I think the setup of the first sketch is right. Doing the cuts, okay. Pattern, okay. Could we do a featured pattern? There is a way. I believe there's a way to do a variable feature. Instances to vary. That's the way to do it. Let's see if we can work that out. So if we have one sweep here, and let's just, for instance, merge it. And then we're going to do a circular pattern around this, and the feature is this sweep. But we want to do 360 and we want to do 4 of them. Then we go instances to vary. Modify this instance. We're going to make this one 18, right? Make that, oh man, 90. This one, modify instance. Click value field to enter value. No, it's not the spacing that I want to change, it's the dimension. I've never used this tool before, I've only seen it. But if we could nail it for this, I think it's the quick way to do this model. So let's try and work it out. Choose feature dimensions to vary in direction 1. I want to change that. Yep. So then D2 sketch 3 is going to be -4. No, it's going to be 18. And then I want to do the same for this instance. That doesn't look right. D2 sketch. Only merging features may be patterned if appropriate, make a pattern of bodies instead. Well, they are supposed to merge. All right, let's unmerge. No, that won't. That might work. Circular pattern. Bodies. Instances to vary. Left click on an instance modifier to override dimensions. I don't think we get to do that. Choose feature dimensions, vary in dimension 1. I want to vary this one. Instances, dimension increment. Space increment 15 degrees. No. It's not what I want to do. Increment. It's not how I want it to work. I want that dimension. Left click and instant modifier. I'll have to look at. It's the way to do it fast. I need to learn how to use the tool. And it's late. I don't have time to do it. But yeah, it'll be a good one for a tutorial video, I think. Okay. I'm going to put it on the list and we will have a go at it in a future video. Let's save this just before we pack up. We're not going to have a go at that speed model because we can't link to anything. We'll try and work out what's going wrong with that, but the tier 6 one's pretty tricky to get fast times on anyway. And that's it for today. We've done 7 or 8 models in a good hour and a bit. So thank you for anyone that jumped on and had a chat. Appreciate that. This was some fun. Got through some more models again. And I'll chop this up now and put the community tutorials out there and the speed runs, link them to the practice models website, Tutorial Toby. If you've got time, check it out and subscribe for the premium models. It's well worth it. All right. Appreciate everyone. Thank you. Good night or have a good day, depending where you are. Later.